This is Keane Black. He is my son. He is Apraxia. This is his talk show. And every week we take a look at some ephemera of pop culture and discuss it. And there is no greater star in the pop culture sky right now than
Quentin Tarantino.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I took my son to because
he's a bad parent.
I think that's been established.
Let's just jump in.
Okay, so the Franco fans. So this is the story of the man.
No, let me just read it to the talking. So anyways, this is a story about the Manson family. Well, let's say a story around it. They certainly like near the end, it's really important and
it's Manson adjacent, which is how the real estate developer describes it.
It's set around 1969, or what most people say, the golden years of film. It's about two fictional people that was in the whole golden age of film.
Rick Dalton?
Rick Dalton and
Cliff Booth.
Cliff Booth.
Good names. Hard to say if you have apraxia, but good names.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Leonardo DiCaprio. I won't make you say that.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio. Why are you guys laughing? Why is people laughing? It's
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
And they are sort of hangers-on. They are sort of they're no longer the center of the Hollywood universe. They're satellites orbiting around it.
They're basically like of Cliff Booth is like the former stunt devil, like who's living in a trailer apartment with his very best friend, which is a dog. The Leonardo da Vinci character is like the big star now is reduced to
he's doing Hollywood. He's doing cowboy walk-on roles at this point. The first two acts of this movie play out in sort of sunny, beautiful 1960s Hollywood, sort of the memory of Hollywood that you'd have if you'd never been there. But from what I'm told, it's superb in its detailing. But there's a sense of dread that constantly infects the whole movie, because if you're aware of who Sharon Tate is, you know that.
Like most people, if you know who Sharon Tate is, sadly, she died in 1969 by the hands of Charles Manson's gang, which
Right.
Charles Manson was a cult leader / a crime lord.
Right.
So so if you knew that walking into this film, every time you see Sharon Tate, you just feel so bad because you know what's going to happen to her. When the night of Sharon Tate's supposedly murder.
Well, no, don't turn this into a YouTube conspiracy theory where you go, supposed murder. So they build to this beautiful moment.
And then all of a sudden you see these, as Leonardo DiCaprio described them, dirty hippies come in the car. They're dressed in black, and if somebody who knows the history of Charles Manson, you're suspected, wait, this is the night of the murder. They're wearing in black and they have guns. These are the murderers.
This is the moment that it ends.
This is the murder where it ends on a sour note. But they recognize Leonardo DiCaprio and they describe him as, like he brought violence to like little kids in his TV show, and
they decide they're going to kill Dalton.
Yeah, so what?
So this is where it diverges from regular reality. And what I would say here...
if you watch Inglourious Basterds, this is like the Hitler killing scene.
Right. It's another Tarantino's going to change history. And I don't know what it was like in your theater, but in our theater...
Everybody was like...
When it diverged and these murderers got decimated.
Destroyed
by dog food... By a knife, by a dog.
And also, in that sequence at the very end, when there was like this girl that has blood over her face and went into a pool, in the very first act of the movie, they showed a flamethrower that Leonardo da Vinci's, I mean, the guy,
Gilbert Grape,
was gonna, he used in one of his formal productions
Which in itself is a reference to Inglourious Basterds,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
because it's a flamethrower he used to kill Nazis.
So, but at the very end, when the girl that was going to kill all the people, went into the pool, the guy, that starts with the L word,
Right.
was in his pool, got up, and took the flamethrower and decimated her. Which I think, there was a famous quote: "If you have a gun in the first act, have it in the third act." But now I'm going to change it to: if you have a flamethrower in the first act, you better, and I mean you better, have it in the third act.
It's Chekhov's flamethrower. If you're going to show a flamethrower in the first act, you must burn a hippie to a crisp in the third act.
About the whole Inglourious Basterds and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I think it's very different because with Inglourious Basterds, almost everybody knows about World War II and who Hitler is, because
You would think.
You would think that we would like to forget about this
Right.
monster, but we can't forget.
So you're saying it's a bigger moment
Yeah,
in Inglourious Basterds because
I'm just
everybody
saying,
knows.
But no, everybody knows who Hitler is. As much as we don't want to think about it, we know who this guy is, and when it happens, it feels satisfying. But I think some people walk in and didn't know who Sharon Tate. If you don't know what Sharon Tate is, it's not going to be as satisfying.
Right.
But luckily after the film, I learned about Sharon Tate, and that gave me a whole newfound respect on what Quentin doing, and also a lot of people are saying Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's like a fairy tale.
Well, that's where I come down on it, which is this is a movie about Hollywood, and what is Hollywood other than a place where wishes come true? And if reality doesn't go the way you want it, you can use the movies to change reality.
Other people was looking at the little kid's character, which I think is gonna have.
She's gonna be a breakout. Yeah, she's great.
I feel like she has a future in Hollywood. But she was, and like everybody's pointing out, she was reading about autograph about Walt Disney, and everybody's pointing out, and now us is pointing out.
We're
Walt
jumping
Disney.
in on the point now train.
Yeah, and then everybody was like, "Oh wait, this is a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood." Walt Disney was a fairy tale.
Right. He was a crafter of fairy tales.
He took like the darkness of like The Little Mermaid and Pinocchio.
I love this movie. I thought it was fantastic.
Well, a lot of people on the internet has mixed feelings on it.
Yeah, well, that's the internet. The internet, you're dummies. Mixed feeling people.
Well, we gotta respect the opinion. I see where they come from.
All right, fair enough.
I feel like that this is a little different from Quentin Tarantino films, which I respect him for that. This is just my opinion. I really like this film. I would give it a 8. So, 8 out of 10.
Let's do how many Bruce Lee fights out of 10? Is it 8 Bruce Lee fights out of 10?
8 Bruce Lee fights out of 10.
I give it 9.5 Bruce Lee fights out of 10. I know, I loved it. Great movie. And
what do you give Pulp Fiction then? 10 out of 10?
35 out of 10.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Pulp Fiction exists on another plane of existence for me. I was 18 in the theater when I saw that.
Okay, so wait, before we end off it, I haven't seen all the Quentin Tarantino films. I've seen Pulp Fiction, the 2 Kill Bill movies, and Inglourious Basterds, and did I see something else?
This.
Oh, so 5 films.
So the other 4 would be Django, Hateful Eight, Reservoir Dogs, Jackie Brown. So do you want them to choose which is the next Tarantino you watch?
Yes, choose what I should watch. But I have a question for you.
Me, Jay Black.
Now it's the person that can talk show.
Oh, you can talk.
So rank the 9 Quentin Tarantino films.
Off the top of my head, impossible. But if I had to,
But if you had to, gunpoint to head.
Pulp Fiction.
Number 1.
Reservoir Dogs.
Number 2.
Inglourious Basterds.
Number 3.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Number 4.
I'm going to say Kill Bill Volume 2.
Number 5.
Kill Bill Volume 1.
Number 6.
Jackie Brown.
Number 7.
Django.
Number 8.
Hateful Eight.
Number 9.
And Death Proof I don't count. Death Proof and the ER episode were nightmares that we all had collectively as a group.
Oh, so they don't count?
No. I don't think Tarantino counts them.
Yeah, they said the 9th film, like in the promotional trailer, they said the 9th film.
Well,
and the 9th film, like...
Let's do a poll. Which of the 4 that Keane hasn't seen should he watch next for next week's episode?
So, which should I watch?
Comment below.
Comment
Leave
below.
a
We're
like.
just assuming that this is
Hit the bell button.
No.
Because if we don't get 200 views,
Yeah.
he has to go to an orphanage.